morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I don't know how you felt this morning when you woke up and realized it was Monday, but it's Monday. Oh my gosh, I can see. I've got bad hair, but it's okay. So this morning, I want to talk about how to create times of rest for your soul. Recently, I had a couple friends ask me to help them to do this because apparently I've learned how to do it. So I had one friend who said she had read an email I had sent, and she said she wanted to learn how to create boundaries in her life. And then I had another friend, I was talking to her on Friday, and she asked me, hey Aislinn, she asked me about my weekend, what I was doing, and I said I was working on my taxes, I was taking long naps. Hey Marlene, I was creating times of rest for my soul, and she said, help me, Lisa. I need to know how to do that. So I just want to explain to you how I do this, why I do this, and the perception that some people have when you create boundaries. If you've followed me on Facebook, you've seen that maybe since early December, I was kind of busy. I was traveling and preaching. I was helping my mother and stepdad downsize and prepare to move. I've been helping my nieces. I still blog and speak and, taking care of my family. It was a busy season. It was a busy time, and there are times that you can just go like that. But there comes a point where you have to slow down and make some times of rest for your soul. Okay, so here's how I know that you have to slow down and make times of rest for your soul. There was a period where I didn't do that, and I developed anxiety, and then to control the anxiety, I ended up having to go on medication, and now I'm seeing a therapist. Why do you need to create times of rest for your soul? Because if you don't, your soul will tell your body, stop. And for me, that was anxiety. That's what stops my body when I don't create times of rest. So what I've learned to do is set some boundaries. What does this mean, and what does this look like? A boundary is a reason why you tell people no. That is what a boundary is. It is a reason. It is a I don't want to say an excuse, but it's a reason why you don't do things, why you tell people no. My Spanish is coming out. Good morning, Aislinn. Por ejemplo, for example. Okay, my friend Aislinn, for example. So for this past weekend, and I kind of looked at my calendar and said, okay, before seminary starts back in, hey Paul, before seminary starts back in March 9th, I need to slow down, I need to rest, I need to breathe, I need to exercise, y'all. I haven't been exercising. I'm out here in my garden, y'all. I'm suffering for Jesus kind of in the cold because I want y'all to see my garden right now. It's beautiful. I haven't been sitting out here. I haven't been working out here. I haven't listened to the birds because I've been like putting the axe to the grind. I've been working hard and doing things, good things, but going too fast and doing too much. So I said, okay, this weekend I'm going to slow down. What does that mean? That means that when my sweet friend Aislinn wanted to chat with me on Saturday, I had to say no because I was trying to pull back from being social, even with my friends. Hey, Jeannie. Even with my friends, I was pulling back, hunkering down, and sleeping and just resting, being with my husband. And my silly starts to come out when I'm slowing down, and my silly came back this past week because I was slowing down. It meant telling Aislinn, I do have plans with my husband. We're not going to chat Saturday night. Brian and I went out on a post-Valentine's Day date, which for us usually means going to Michael's, Barnes & Noble, and Belk. I mean, we're 25 years of marriage. We don't need much. We just need some time together. But I wanted to go help my friend Pat Bradford, who has a broken arm, and people have been helping her. I've only been there once. And I just had to tell myself, No. Lisa, you're going to take care of yourself this weekend. Sunday, I did not go to church. I stayed home because I've been preaching, I've been traveling, I've been on mission trips, I've been teaching on Wednesday nights. I needed to say no. Does that mean I don't serve my church? No. It means I've been exhausted, and to stay healthy, I had to say no. So what I did was I took a Sabbath, more like a sabbatical, an extended rest. I told myself, you're going to stay home this weekend. You're not going to do anything. Even when I went out on my date, I didn't even put on makeup. I just went. I looked worse. Well, I didn't look this bad. Like right now I need a shower, but I'm going to work in my yard this morning. There's no sense in showering before I work in my yard. But what does Sabbath mean? I had another friend, oh gosh, my memory gets me right here. Angela Brower Hobbs, who has a Facebook group, I think it's called Thrive Connected Women. And she posted in her group, what does Sabbath look like to you? And I've read books on Sabbath because clearly being a person who does not like to stop, I need to create times of rest for my soul. So for me, Sabbath means on Friday night, Saturday night, I spend time at home, generally with my family. And it means I try not to do the traditional work that I normally do. For me in the evenings, my work, like I get into bed because I can't sit for a long time because I have some sitting pain. So an ideal time to get in the bed, like I preheat my bed, turn on my electric blanket, usually after dinner, like 6:30. Preheat my bed. I like to get in the bed maybe 7:30, usually 8. And most nights I work on theology because I'm working on becoming a licensed minister this spring through Randy Clark's Global Awakening ministry. So I've got theology reading, and then I work on Spanish. So for me, when I Sabbath, that means no. I'm not going to do the typical work. It means I'm going to lay in the bed and read something enjoyable. I'm not going to do work when it's time for me to rest. I'm going to read a nice little clean romance novel. I'm going to watch some Netflix. I watched a couple shows on Queen Elizabeth this weekend. There was some violence and gore because people were really ruthless back then, especially between Catholics and Protestants. But it meant I rested. Okay, so the point. You can set boundaries in your life so that you can stay healthy. What will people think when you say no? Oh, this is the scariest part, especially for a pleaser. I want to please people. I want to make me happy. I want to make people happy. I want people to like me. So sometimes when you say no, your boundaries are going to come across as being selfish. In some sense, they are. You are trying to survive, okay? You're not being selfish. You're trying to survive. Some people would think it's selfish. And you can explain all you want. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to set boundaries. I'm trying to preserve my soul. They will still think you're self-centered and selfish. I know this from experience. And you just have to be okay with that. Like for me, I know, okay, so gut honest truth. I'm on Zoloft for anxiety. I'm seeing a counselor for anxiety. And this weekend, I had some really bad anxious moments. I had to call Brian upstairs to help me. Saturday morning, I made it through. Sunday, I took medication. This morning, I'm making it through. What tends to make me anxious right now is when I have open time to do nothing, and then my brain doesn't know where to start or what to do. So silly. I am pursuing a therapy called neurofeedback just to help my brain be able to think. Because y'all, I'm a nuclear engineer. I should be able to decide, do I want to work on taxes first or do I want to pay the bills? Like, I should be able to figure that out, but my brain gets anxious and then my heart races and then I need my husband to come help me. But, so, yes, I'm self-centered because I need boundaries so I can be healthy. So I can take long naps. I took some really long naps this weekend. Went to bed early. So boundaries, saying no will come across as being selfish to some people, but you just have to know that there are times that you serve and there are times that you recover and refresh. I had one friend who emailed me and said, hey, I've got this problem. Can we get together? Hey, Cornell, good to see you. Hello to my friend in Machiliputnam, India, that I don't know how to pronounce your name. I want to say Hagan. I don't know anything about how to speak your language. But I had a friend that emailed me and said, hey, I'm having this problem. Can we get together? And I had already decided for the end of February, I was hunkering down, not being very social, tending to my soul, my family, y'all, my house. There's so many piles. There's so many places of piles of dog hair. Good morning, brother. That I need to clean. I need to tend to my home, my family, my soul, my taxes. It takes me a long time to do my taxes because I have a note card business. I sold $3,500 worth of note cards in 2019, so I have to do taxes. I have a speaking ministry. It takes a long time to do our taxes. So anyway, with that friend, I feel like I'm rambling this morning. With that friend, I said, hey, look, I would love to get together. It's going to have to be the first week in March. Another friend I'm trying to do coffee with, I said, it's going to have to be the first week in March. Hey, Nancy, so is that selfish? Maybe. And I really struggle with postponing people because I don't want them to feel like I don't have time for them, because I do, and I want to make time for them, and I want to be with them. But I also, I want some mental acuity. I don't want to foster mental illness by doing too much. Okay? So, anyway, I am making time for me to recover, to make room for my soul so that I can be healthy. What does that mean for you? You need to set some boundaries. Hey, Denise. You need to say, okay, Monday through Thursday, I'm going to serve and I'm going to go and I'm going to do, but I'm going to create a Sabbath. What does Sabbath look like for you? It's going to be different than it looks like for me. It means you create time for the things that refresh you. If working in your garden refreshes you, create time for that. If going to the gym refreshes you, create time for that. Me, my little note cards, that's fun. Getting to the point where I can scrub my washer with a toothbrush, all that icky stuff, that's fun. So Sabbath is whatever refreshes you, restores you. It's not working. So creating times of Sabbath, creating daily times where you refresh. Like I get up at 5 in the morning so I can make note cards because that fills me. It's creative. There's a book called Rhythms for Renewal, and right now her name escapes me, but it'll come to me in just a minute. But it's about this. It's about having a purposeful life where you create times to refresh, where you create, where you take care of your body, where you exercise and eat well, where you rest, where you connect with other people. So there are intentional things you can do to create times of rest for your soul. Rhythms of Renewal, and she's also got a podcast. Hey, Joan. So even though I can't remember her name, Joan, I'm talking about creating times of rest for your soul. My friend Joan that I know through Airbnb, last May, I took 3 days where I was just going to get away with me, with God, with my iPad to write, coffee, chocolate, naps, just creating a time of rest for my soul. I've set aside another time, hopefully going to my daughter's apartment in May. Easter, just to create some times of rest for my soul because we need it, y'all. So we need to be intentional in taking care of us. It's just like when you're on the airplane and they say when there's a time where they've lost air pressure, you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you can put it on other people. So you have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of other people. That's just the way it is. It's going to look selfish when you say no. It's going to look selfish. but it's survival, it's wisdom. It's what your therapist would tell you. It's what you learn when you read books about Sabbath and resting. So I'm rambling. I'm going to wrap this up because it's on my clock. I have somebody coming to help me, self-care. I have someone coming to cut back our roses. And I do that for my husband so he doesn't have to do it. So anyway, just an update. I'm speaking in Raleigh tomorrow at I think 11:30, sharing my testimony, sharing the gospel right there at NC State where it all started. I'm speaking in Roxborough on Thursday. So prayers, please, for safe travels, for salvations. I'm staying with my good friend Laurie, and I'm going to do some self-care there. She has a beautiful apartment right along some woods in Cary. Self-care, just peace. Just slowing down and resting. I've got some things I want to work on, and then I'm going to take long naps. I do want to just remind you, I would love to come speak at your church. I've been creating, growing a speaking ministry for 4.5 years, and y'all, there ain't no churches knocking down my doors for me to come speak. I would love to come speak to your ladies group. And I'm so happy that I can just speak to you all over Facebook Live. I hope this ministers to you. Please like, comment, share. That helps me know that I'm not just wasting your time and mine, that this is helpful. Giving you permission. Y'all, I'm giving you permission. Lisa Morgan Moore, who knows what it's like to struggle with anxiety and mental illness, and she's a therapist. She's giving you permission because she knows from experience that life can be overwhelming, and it can overwhelm your body if you don't take care of your soul, okay? Your body will come to a point where it says, we're done. And for me, that's where anxiety kicked in. So, yes, I'm giving you permission to take care of yourself. I hope it's freeing. Visit my blog, lisamorganmoore.com. It's somehow somebody on Pinterest got a hold of some of my graphics. I had 200 people on my blog on Saturday. That was that was a very high number. And I bless you, God. I just thank you for those that you've allowed me to connect with over Facebook today. God, give them wisdom to know how to take care of their soul, their mind, their will, their emotions. God, give them the courage to say no when they need to take care of themselves. God, help them when people think that they're selfish, God, because it seems that way, but it's really just self-preservation, preserving ourselves so that we don't fall into depression and anxiety and mental illness. And I mean, eventually people break down. People break down, and God, we don't want to be those people. I've been there, God. Not a fun place to be. So God, give my friends courage to say no, and give them strength and healing when people accuse them. Bless them today, God, in Jesus' name. Blessings. Thank you for watching. It so encourages me to see that you've watched. I am going to get a shower today. This is real, y'all. Real Lisa, Monday mornings. Bless you. Take care. Bye.